Hello, how are you today? Well, in this classroom, we are going to review not grammatical aspects, but we are going to learn how to correct the most common mistakes students make when they create sentences, okay? The most typical mistakes Spanish people create when they make up English sentences, okay? Well, here we have the word mistakes, but a mistake means is different from an error. A mistake is going to be solved. So we are going to learn to solve all the problems we can have and make sentence better. A common mistake in English, in Spanish, for Spanish people, is that we say, for example, in English we say, she was born in May. Many Spanish people write down May without capital letter. This is a very common mistake because in English months are written with capital letters. In this case, capital letter is completely necessary, while in English, in Spanish, we don't use the capital letters with May. And with the days of the week, with months, with years, with all these words, capital letters are completely necessary, okay, in English. While in Spanish, we don't use capital letters. It's a common mistake. Another one should be, for example, incorrect. She was allowed park here. This sentence is not correct because in English we need this preposition here. This preposition is completely necessary. Be allowed to plus infinitive, okay? Therefore, the use of preposition is very common in English. In English, we have many verbs that are followed by a preposition, and these verbs are usually learned by heart or review after practicing several occasions. It should be, therefore, another common mistake. Another one should be I bought a car. In English, the indefinite article or the article is necessary with count words. Therefore, a is completely necessary. We cannot write a sentence without this indefinite article. The same happens with the subject. In Spanish, this sentence could be found with a subject, encontré, but in English, these all sentences are made up with the subject, verb, and object. The common order in English sentences is always subject, verb, and objects, okay? The subject of the sentence is completely necessary in English. When we write a sentence, we should never forget to write down the subject of that sentence, okay? Another mistakes, more mistakes. For example, the use of the definite article. If we say, I went to prison to visit my friend. In this case, the definite article is not found. But here, the definite article was and is completely necessary. Why the definite article is necessary? Because if we say, I went to the prison, we refer to the building, to the place. and therefore the definite article is necessary. But if we say, for instance, he was sent to prison, in this case, the definite article is not necessary because he was sent to prison not to visit anybody, but because he was considered guilty of something. And in this case, he's a prisoner, he or she, and he goes there to stay there, not to visit the building or anything, okay? This is another very common mistake, the use of the definite article. Well, another one should be, for example, the use of as or like. If we say, he plays sports as football, basketball, whatever. Well, do you think this sentence is correct with as or incorrect? This sentence is incorrect. Like is the common one. When we say several things in enumerations, we use like instead of as. Like always follow when it is always followed by many words related to a specific aspect. Therefore, here we should use like instead of as. Here we have 3, 4, 5 common mistakes when we want to write, for example, a composition, okay? Well, more mistakes. For example, if we say, he is the most intelligent of the classroom. Well, of. What do you think? It is correct or incorrect? Here we have a sentence in the superlative. In other lesson, we are going to review comparative and superlative sentences, okay? But do you think this sentence is correct or incorrect? It's incorrect, okay? It's not right because here the suitable preposition is in. In superlative sentence, we always use the preposition in instead of the preposition of. More mistakes. Another one. He spent much money. Okay, which one do you prefer? Much or a lot? Well, we are going to use a lot. This is the suitable one. Because money is an uncountable word, it's right, much. But much is always used in negative sentence. It is never used in sentences conveying a positive meaning, right? Therefore, we should use a lot of and not much, right? Another mistake. This is children. Children is a plural word. Children is the singular, the plural, sorry, of child, which is the singular. This is an irregular plural in English. Therefore, an S cannot be added. We cannot add an S to an irregular plural because this word is plural. The same happens, for example, with man and men, woman and women. These words are plural and an S is not added This is a very common mistake, right? Well, there exist also mistakes related to vocabulary. For example, if you want to say I study in escuela pública in Spanish, in English we can say, what? Susan studies, or goes to a public school. Public. Do you think this word is the suitable word? No. The common word should be state school, not public. State school. This is what in Spanish say escuela pública, right? Therefore, we should never say public, but state school. There exist many other mistakes that are related to grammar, mistakes related to vocabulary, mistakes related to spelling, in which we spell the words wrongly, and related to other aspects of the language. But now, these are some mistakes that you should take into account. But if you want to write a short composition and a suitable composition, you should always pay attention to the word order of sentence. As I said at the beginning, the word order of sentence is fundamental in English. Subject, verb, and object, and complements, and the other elements. We shouldn't change this order. In Spanish, we can change the order. We can omit the subject. It's a more flexible language, but English is completely different. Finally, we are going to study to pay attention to those group of words that are called false friends. False friends. False friends are those words that are similar to Spanish language, but they convey a complete different meaning. Okay? For example, carpet. Carpet is not carpeta in Spanish. No, carpet is something you put on the floor. Alfombra, right? I put the Spanish word alfombra, right? The same happened, for example, with, rope. Rope is not ropa in Spanish. No, rope is cuerda, right? Once, for example, is not once. Well, in number 11 here, like in Spanish. It's una vez, once, time. It's an adverb that indicates once, en una ocasión, en more occasions. Carpet, rope, once, what else? Another one should be, for example, there exist many words. Actually, it doesn't mean actualmente. No. It means en realidad in Spanish. Right? These words, all of them are quite similar, but they convey a complete different meaning. Another one should be, for instance, fabric. Fabric is not fabrica. Fabrica should be factory. Fabric is a type of clothes. Okay? These words, all of them, are in most cases learned by heart because, and when we see them quite commonly, we are used to them and we can discover the real meaning of this word. Another one, argument. Argument is not argumento. No, it's discusión in Spanish. Okay? Right? These are an example, but there exist a great number of words like this. When we try to speak, or when we try to write a short composition, we should be able to create sentences with complete meaning, and we should pay close attention to all these words that can convey a complete different meaning in the sentence we try to create, okay? Well, in this lesson, we try to explain a little some of the most common mistakes in English language. Spanish people, in many cases, have many problems to create different sentences, but when we are going to practice them, we are going to solve all the problems we can have. The idea is that when we learn a foreign language, in this case English, we should be able to write sentences with complete meaning and sentences suitable build-up. We also should be able to speak the language they are learning, but the most important aspect is that we should be able to convey our message. If other people or our mates receive the message we try to convey, the whole process has been a complete success. Communication is very important in all languages and in all situations, and therefore we should learn how to convey our ideas. The manner is very important so that the process should be a complete success, okay? Well, next day we will study more mistakes because there are a lot of mistakes, but all of them can be solved without any problem. Don't worry about it. Okay, see you next day. Bye-bye.